Aloha and welcome to an episode of Creative Sensing. And as you may or may not see, there have been strong winds and storms moving through these woods, and a lot of branches have come down, and also some trees fell. And so I mean to make this episode and message about kindness, appreciation, and gentleness as being very important in how we express or experience or choose through every moment, because it matters quite heavily now in the world climate and also local, weather, but also energies as a whole. And of course it affects all our creation of reality. And for this, I really want to share a very simple exercise which can really show the vast potential and ease that we have with generating and choosing feelings, but also moving energy by intentionally choosing a vibration, which is of course very related to being aware and choosing a feeling. Now, for this, of course, you may do so as well as I show, or experiment in your way, but I will gently touch my hand and then move a similar kind of vibration through different parts or different regions of my body. And what this is about is basically that our nervous system works in two ways. So once we can grasp with our inner senses what our outer senses have experienced, or what might be pleasurable to experience, we may recreate it. And with that, we can imagine it, but it doesn't have to be a visual sensation or a visual, focus. It can be also within our body map a spatial kind of movement, and it is important to continuously appreciate while we do it. And we can do this for half a second or 10 seconds repeatedly, or just once a day, however we like. And of course, I'm here to tell you that please pay attention to how and where you do it, because when we are connected to our environment, to another human being, or to plants, to any kind of consciousness while doing that, then a portion of that energy will be shared to whatever the agreement extends. So, of course, animals are quite open to receiving this energy, and some humans might as well be. So that can be quite pleasurable, but it can also irritate people, in a manner of speaking. And what we basically move, or what we intentionally direct, are qualities or feelings like, let's say, kindness or affection or appreciation, gentleness. But we can also make it about, is it this kind of pressure, or maybe it's related to a specific color that we like, or a specific other feeling or music. We can even do it with scents, with anything that comes to our mind that we like. And it is important to explore our own preferences while doing so. And of course, I'm not here to tell you how to pleasure yourself or how to stroke your skin or like massage yourself with vibrations. But this can be applied in many different ways, and it doesn't have to be about the skin, or it doesn't even have to be about our body. It can be with our energy field for healing purposes or other experimentations to gauge our potential as essence. And basically with that we can also explore our whole body very easily, and we don't necessarily have to move all the time. When, let's say, it's of course important to breathe also while doing that. Let's say I'm in a situation where it isn't convenient to free up my hands or to move my body very much, then I can use such a technique to relieve myself of the uncomfort that I would experience with an itch or some kind of irritation, And this can already, similar to many other practices such as dancing or singing spontaneously or doing whatever would brighten your mood or whatever you appreciate, just spontaneously, that can really change our whole vibe and momentum throughout the day, throughout our life, and it affects naturally what we do then, objectively, with whatever is important to us. And I would say we all are valuable and enough and important so that we are very deserving of this and much more care, of this attention that we give to ourselves, and that we can also be sure that we are deserving to receive from the outside world, so to speak. There is, in a manner of speaking, no separation. Well, another topic. All right. I merely want to say these are turbulent times, and it is again important that we are intentional, directing and structuring of ourselves and of our lives on every day, and in more and more moments, that we pay attention to what we like, what we appreciate, what is of our preference, and that we move more and more into this direction of ease, of manifesting what we really want to see, what we want to experience, what we desire, to have a clearer view of what our individual life is or shall be about, so that we move more in the direction of lucid waking. And again, of course, we all are different, and this is important to be accepted. And so not everyone is sensitive to these vibrations or to this kind of feeling or touching. And it can be applied in many, or this concept, this idea of generating feelings yourself or sense data can be applied into many other different areas. For instance, if someone likes to have visions or likes to experiment with what they can see or hear and smell and so on. But it's very important to me that I tell you now, please, let's also pay attention to how we create anything with the world together, because there are many individuals on this planet. Again, some are more sensitive and others are not. And only by paying attention to ourselves first and then acting with appreciation and acceptance, we can, well, basically create this world to have more space, more love, more possibilities, more whatever is actually preferable for everyone. So I think it's kind of unnecessary at this point that we experience wars and so much fighting, and well, there's a lot really that might be unnecessary, but we all create our reality differently. And that being said, if we aren't in agreement, let's not get triggered and relax for a bit and then move on to direct ourselves with a clear vision of what we like. Aloha, I am Sila. Aloha. And when it comes to moving vibrations or getting started or trying this technique that I was talking about, perhaps it is easier, rather than to start with the vibration itself, to imagine or spatially feel, create a hand or a warm cloth or a cool piece of mineral or whatever, chocolate cake, as it moves gently on your body. And you can of course variate the speed, the force, or the movement in any kind of way. You can, as I said, attribute how it shall be, how loving, how shall it be healing, for instance. Should it have clearing energy, anything. Be specific, and I'm greatly encouraging you to experiment and play with this, since it is your reality. And I also mentioned breathing, and basically breathing as we breathe every day, many times. Some people even count. We can do this as a whole with our body or specific body regions from within with our breath, meaning that we let go of what we don't desire or what is too heavy, what is weighing us down, what is basically from the past, or what we don't want or is an old habit of holding. And we can breathe into our body with the fresh air whatever attributes of feeling that we prefer, say strength or love or ease or warmth, or, as I said, any kind of color, vibrational quality. You can even breathe into your digestive system the information of food, and you might be very well able to taste or smell it or sense how it nourishes your body, even if it is to a slight degree. It basically works like that, but this is only a simple technique, as I said. But since we breathe so often, we can use this very deliberately and intentionally to tune ourselves and our whole body expression, our health, our vigorosity, really our enjoyment of life and every moment. And we can choose this to relax, we can choose this to excite our body, or for any kind of pleasure and, as I said, exploration. And of course, we can feel more and more into our cells, since every cell, as they all communicate with us and each other, knows what is going on in other parts of the body, even if it is of no concern to any cell what another cell is doing. But with that being said, our breath tells us already how we feel, what we hold, what we actually do in any given moment with our energy and attention. And I'm no expert at this, but I'm pretty sure and certain that not only observing, but, well, gently or with ease directing our breath moves us in a direction where we can, let's say, become more of who we might want to be, our dream self or ideal being. All right, aloha.